Hey, welcome back. So I just want to show you how to display images from on your website. Now, to make things easier, let me go back here for a second. Now, the folder that we uploaded our files to is inside storage app my uploads, right? It's right here. However, the default uploading place is the public folder here. Okay, that public folder right there, that's the default location. Now, there are two ways in order to allow us to see images. The problem that is here right now is that our public folder is over here. Now, normally on a website, the only files that we can view will be in the public folder. We can't go backward to this folder here, which is the storage folder, and then to view these files here. We can only view files that are inside the public folder. This is why I suggest you put your CSS and all uploads in the public folder. However, we can still do it the way Laravel is doing it here, by doing a few changes in order to accommodate that. Now, first of all, let's see what we need to do is to create a link to the public folder from this public folder to that public folder right there. We have to create what is known as a symbolic link. Now, luckily for us, Laravel can do that on our behalf. So let's see how that is done exactly. So I'm going to go to my folder here, which is my blog, and then I want to open my command line. So I'm just going to type cmd in there to open a command line to this same folder right here. So what I will do here is type PHP artisan like so, and then type storage : link like so. So what I'm really trying to do here is to create a link. So if you look in the public folder here, you don't see any folders, right? But then let me click enter here. And then we're going to see that there is a link created here named storage, right? So there's storage link, which we have created. Now this folder here, let me open that particular folder. What it has done here, this is a shortcut to the storage public folder. So if I double click on this, I end up in my public folder, which is this one here. Let me come back here. So what we've done is, if you try to open this file, it's going to end up in this folder here. Okay, so keep that in mind. So let me go back here. Now the problem is, the folder that we sent our file is my uploads. So let's change that for a second. Let's imagine we sent it to my public folder like so. Okay, that's what we imagine, but it's not there, so we have to make a copy. So I'm going to open the containing folder just so I can copy this, copy that, go back a step up, and then go into the public folder and paste it there. Okay, so this is the folder where the other folder is linking to. Now the only problem again is that in my public folder here, this folder was named storage. Okay, so this will mean if I want to access that file, I'm going to say storage like this, like that. Okay, and if I refresh now, I'm going to see my image here. Now the problem with this is that when we uploaded our file, we specified that we want our folder to be my uploads. Now, if you don't want to be changing too many things, the thing you can do is change this to public like that. That way it's going to store in the public folder there. Then you have no problems. And then what you do is you go to the my blog, public, this one which we've created called storage, we'll change that to public like so, so that it's named public and then it's linking to the other public folder as well. Then that way, if I come back here and change this to public now, the file will still show. So if I refresh, the file is still here. Okay, so this is what you do. So let's try and upload one more thing here. So the thing I have done is, after creating the link, I've renamed the link that was created to public, because I know it's linking to this public file here. You can see this in the message that we got here. It's saying czamp htdocs blog public storage link has been connected to that. So let me see if I come back here and type F1. Oops. Okay, let me... What have I done? Okay, there we go. So if I redo this and then type public, let me see if that will work. Okay, so that doesn't work. So let's exit that for a moment. So now, with what we've renamed this to public, and then we're linking to that public folder, then we've changed the store as to public, like so. And then let me type this to my file 2, like so. And I know that my file 2 doesn't exist, so if I do that and try to refresh the page, I won't see anything. But if I browse this time and upload another file here, because I know it's going to be named my file 2, it should show here afterwards. So post, and there we go. The file is actually showing there. So now it's easy to upload, because now the public folder is exactly what we are storing here. And then that's what this is named as well. Okay. Now, what if you want to store to your own, like this one, my uploads right there? So what I can do is I can change this to my uploads, because that's where I want to take this. Okay. So this is where it will store the files. Quite okay. Let me come back here and change this to my uploads, because that's the new folder that I want to be saving to. So if I come back here now and refresh the page, without resending the data, you find that I have nothing here, because I have the wrong link to that page. I need to upload a file to my uploads and then see it there. So let me try and upload one. I'll just try, what images do I have here? Let me try this blue one and hit post. So I still don't see it, but it has gone to my uploads, my file. So now the thing is, all I need to do in order to be able to see these files in here is to create a symbolic link in the public folder. Okay? So once I do my uploading like this, and then things are not showing, all I have to do is go to my public folder and create a symbolic link to my uploads folder. So let's see how we can do that in Windows. And unfortunately, I don't know how to do this on a Mac, so you have to test it and see, or you can Google how to create a symbolic link. Hopefully that is possible. So what I need to do is go to my Laravel folder, go in the public folder. So you see here there is a public folder here, but this is just a link to the actual folder here. So that's exactly what we want to copy, and I just want to change this. The problem is, if I change this here to my folder like this, my uploads, right? You might be thinking, okay, why don't you just rename this one? Then that way this will make sense, right? My uploads, my file 2, right? Now let me delete these files in here. This my uploads 2 here in the public folder. I want to leave only the ones in the my uploads folder, so I'm deleting those. And then let me refresh the page here and see if we are going to actually see them. And as you can see, there's nothing, even though the folder here, even though the folder in the public folder is named my uploads. And the reason is because this folder, even though it's named my upload, it's pointing to the public folder here. So what I want is to be able to have a shortcut named my uploads that's pointing to the my uploads folder here instead of the public folder. So let me go back here and rename this back to public. because that's the folder it's pointing to. So I just want us to create our own symbolic link. So to do that, let's go to the storage folder app. So this is the process you have to go through if you don't want to use Artisan to do this for you, and you want to symbolize a very particular folder like this one. So what I want to do is copy everything here. The link, I want to copy this link to this folder. Copy, copy, like that. And then I want to open the command line here. I want to use the command line to create a symbolic link. That's the only way I know how to do. I don't know how to use the Windows interface. So I'm going to say CMD, but then this time I'm going to right click and say run as administrator. That way I get the admin privileges. Then the command to create a link. Now before we do that, let's do CD. So we change the directory to where this is. So do /d like that, and then paste the link to this folder here, press enter. And then now we are in this folder. So to make a link, we do mk link like that. If I press enter, it gives me a help thingy here that shows me what we need to do. So here it says creates a directory symbolic link. This is what we want to do. The default is a file, but we want a directory, so we use the /d here, which is this one right here. We don't need to, so the syntax is that you type mk link, then you put your switches here, which are these here. And then once you put that switch, you can put the link and then the target. So you start with the name of the link you're creating and then the target folder. So let's do that right now. So I'm just going to say mk link like so. Let's use /d because we are creating a directory link. And then I will paste the path that I copied there. Now this will be the link itself. So this link will be called my uploads, like so. And then I'll put a space and paste. Now if your file paths have spaces, though I discourage that, use quotation marks in double quotes between you put the path names in double quotes if there are spaces. And then I'll put a space and type in the link to the original file that we want to copy. So that one is my uploads as well. And press enter. Oh, sorry about that. Let me redo all this. Press F1. I've used the same name, so I need to use a different name. So I'm just going to name it something irrelevant, like just my app like that, and press enter. Oops, what's going on here? Oh, sorry. My bad. Again, let me try again. The thing I've done is I've started with this first link should be the link, and then this should be the original folder. So I mixed them up. So mk link like that, /d, and then let's paste the folder, and then let's name our link. So the link we are naming is going to be called my app, just to make it different to the original. Then put a space, paste that, and then let's say my uploads, which is the actual folder. Enter. So the symbolic link has been created as it has said here. So if it has been created, let's exit. Now my computer is acting up, so I have to refresh to see new files. Okay, so there we go. So there's my uploads there. So if I double click, it leads me to where the files are, which is exactly this folder right here. So now I can cut this out of here and then go back to my public folder and paste it here. Once I paste it there, I can rename it to the full name now, my uploads, like so. And now, just like the one that was created by Laravel, I have a symbolic link to the other folder as well, like this. So let me come back to my text editor. And if you go to my public folder, you see that now there are two symbolic links there, which is good. Now I can use my uploads like that. And so let's refresh our page and see if the image will actually show. So as you can see, the image has shown up now. So this means if I go back to my controller, change this to my uploads as I have done, and then let me put my file 3 there, just so I know it's a new file, and I'll display my file 3 there. Let me come back and try to upload the new file. Let me go in here where there are these images of food. They usually look better. So post, bam, we have our image there. Okay, so it's a little bit of a long process, but hopefully I've tried to explain everything so that you understand exactly what's going on and why you use Artisan to create a link. The reason is because on the internet, we cannot access any other folder except the public folder here. So we're just tricking the website into thinking the folder exists in the public folder when it's actually somewhere else here. All we are doing is creating a link from one of these folders to here. So what I've done here is I've created a link for the public folder, which is this one here, and the My Uploads folder, which is that one right there. All right, so hopefully you have learned something new, and I will see you in another video.